I seek refuge with Allah from the accursed shaitan. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. And remember when your Lord brought forth from the loins of the children of Adam their descendants, and had them testify regarding themselves. Allah asked, Am I not your Lord? They replied, Yes, you are, we testify. He cautioned, Now you have no right to say on Judgment Day, We were not aware of this, nor say, It was our forefathers who had associated others with Allah in worship, and we, as their descendants, followed in their footsteps. Will you then destroy us for the falsehood they invented? This is how we make our signs clear, so perhaps they will return to the right path. And relate to them, O Prophet, the story of the one to whom we gave our signs, but he abandoned them, so Satan took hold of him, and he became a deviant. If we had willed, we would have elevated him with our signs, but he clung to this life, following his evil desires. His example is that of a dog. If you chase it away, it pants, and if you leave it, it still pants. This is the example of the people who deny our signs, so narrate to them stories of the past, so perhaps they will reflect. What an evil example of those who denied our signs, they only wrong their own souls. Whoever Allah guides is truly guided, and whoever He leaves to stray, they are the true losers. Indeed, we have destined many jinn and humans for hell. They have hearts they do not understand with, eyes they do not see with, and ears they do not hear with. They are like cattle. In fact, they are even less guided. Such people are entirely heedless. Allah has the most beautiful names, so call upon Him by them, and keep away from those who abuse His names. They will be punished for what they used to do. And among those we created is a group that guides with the truth and establishes justice accordingly. As for those who deny our signs, we will gradually draw them to destruction in ways they cannot comprehend. I only delay their end for a while, but my planning is flawless. Have they not ever given it a thought? Their fellow man is not insane. He is only sent with a clear warning. Have they ever reflected on the wonders of the heavens and the earth, and everything Allah has created, and that perhaps their end is near? So what message after this Quran would they believe in? Whoever Allah allows to stray, none can guide, leaving them to wander blindly in their defiance. They ask you, O Prophet, regarding the hour. When will it be? Say, that knowledge is only with my Lord. He alone will reveal it when the time comes. It is too tremendous for the heavens and the earth, and will only take you by surprise. They ask you as if you had full knowledge of it. Say, that knowledge is only with Allah, but most people do not know. Say, I have no power to benefit or protect myself, except by the will of Allah. If I had known the unknown, I would have benefited myself enormously, and no harm would have ever touched me. I am only a warner and deliverer of good news for those who believe. He is the one who created you from a single soul, then from it made its spouse so he may find comfort in her. After he had been united with her, she carried a light burden that developed gradually. When it grew heavy, they prayed to Allah, their Lord, if you grant us good offspring, we will certainly be grateful. But when He granted their descendants good offspring, they associated false gods in what He has given them. Exalted is Allah above what they associate with Him. Do they associate with Allah those idols which cannot create anything, but are in fact created, which cannot help them, or even help themselves? And if you idolaters call upon them for guidance, they cannot respond to you. It is all the same whether you call them or remain silent. Those idols you invoke besides Allah are created beings like yourselves, so call upon them and see if they will answer you. If your claims are true, do they have feet to walk with, or hands to hold with, or eyes to see with, or ears to hear with? Say, O Prophet, call upon your associate gods and conspire against me without delay. Indeed, my protector is Allah, who has revealed this book, for He alone protects the righteous. But those false gods you call besides Him can neither help you nor even themselves. If you idolaters call them to guidance, they cannot hear, and you, O Prophet, may see them facing towards you, but they cannot see. Be gracious, enjoin what is right, and turn away from those who act ignorantly. If you are tempted by Satan, then seek refuge with Allah. Surely He is all-hearing, all-knowing. Indeed, when Satan whispers to those mindful of Allah, they remember their Lord, then they start to see things clearly. But the devils persistently plunge their human associates deeper into wickedness, sparing no effort. If you, O Prophet, do not bring them a sign which they demanded, they ask, why do you not make it yourself? Say, I only follow what is revealed to me from my Lord. This Quran is an insight from your Lord, a guide, and a mercy for those who believe. When the Quran is recited, listen to it attentively and be silent, so you may be shown mercy. Remember your Lord inwardly with humility and reverence and in a moderate tone of voice, both morning and evening. And do not be one of the heedless. Surely those angels nearest to your Lord are not too proud to worship him. They glorify him, and to him they prostrate. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful. They ask you, O Prophet, regarding the spoils of war. Say, their distribution is decided by Allah and his messenger. So be mindful of Allah, settle your affairs, and obey Allah and his messenger, if you are true believers. The true believers are only those whose hearts tremble at the remembrance of Allah, whose faith increases when his revelations are recited to them, and who put their trust in their Lord. They are those who establish prayer, and done it from what we have provided for them. It is they who are the true believers. They will have elevated ranks, forgiveness, and an honorable provision from their Lord. Similarly, when your Lord brought you, O Prophet, out of your home, for a just cause, a group of believers was totally against it. They disputed with you about the truth after it had been made clear, as if they were being driven to death with their eyes wide open. Remember, O believers, when Allah promised to give you the upper hand over either target, you wished to capture the unarmed party, but it was Allah's will to establish the truth by his words, and uproot the disbelievers, to firmly establish the truth and wipe out falsehood, even to the dismay of the wicked. Remember, when you cried out to your Lord for help, he answered, I will reinforce you with 1,000 angels, followed by many others. And Allah made this a sign of victory and reassurance to your hearts. Victory comes only from Allah. Surely Allah is Almighty, all-wise. Remember, when he caused drowsiness to overcome you, giving you serenity, and he sent down rain from the sky to purify you, free you from Satan's whispers, strengthen your hearts, and make your steps firm. Remember, O Prophet, when your Lord revealed to the angels, I am with you. So make the believers stand firm. I will cast horror into the hearts of the disbelievers. So strike their necks and strike their fingertips. This is because they defied Allah and his messenger. And whoever defies Allah and his messenger, then know that Allah is surely severe in punishment. That worldly punishment is yours. So taste it. Then the disbelievers will suffer the torment of the fire. O believers, when you face the disbelievers in battle, never turn your backs to them, and whoever does so on such an occasion, unless it is a maneuver or to join their own troop, will earn the displeasure of Allah, and their home will be hell. What an evil destination! It was not you believers who killed them, but it was Allah who did so. Nor was it you, O Prophet, who threw a handful of sand at the disbelievers, but it was Allah who did so, rendering the believers a great favor. Surely Allah is all-hearing, all-knowing. As such, Allah frustrates the evil plans of the disbelievers. If you Meccans sought judgment, now it has come to you, and if you cease, it will be for your own good. But if you persist, we will persist, and your forces, no matter how numerous they might be, will not benefit you whatsoever, for Allah is certainly with the believers. O believers, obey Allah and his messenger, and do not turn away from him while you hear his call. Do not be like those who say, we hear, but in fact, they are not listening. Indeed, the worst of all beings in the sight of Allah are the willfully deaf and dumb, who do not understand. Had Allah known any goodness in them, he would have certainly made them hear. But even if he had made them hear, they would have surely turned away heedlessly. O believers, respond to Allah and his messenger when he calls you to that which gives you life, and know that Allah stands between a person and their heart, and that to him you will all be gathered. Beware of a trial that will not only affect the wrongdoers among you, and know that Allah is severe in punishment. Remember, when you had been vastly outnumbered and oppressed in the land, constantly in fear of attacks by your enemy, then he sheltered you, strengthened you with his help, and provided you with good things, so perhaps you would be thankful. O believers, do not betray Allah and the messenger, nor betray your trust knowingly, and know that your wealth and your children are only a test, and that with Allah is a great reward. O believers, if you are mindful of Allah, He will grant you a standard to distinguish between right and wrong, absolve you of your sins, and forgive you. And Allah is the Lord of infinite bounty. And remember, O Prophet, when the disbelievers conspired to capture, kill, or exile you, they planned, but Allah also planned, and Allah is the best of planners. Whenever our revelations are recited to them, they challenge you. We have already heard the recitation. If we wanted, we could have easily produced something similar. This Quran is nothing but ancient fables, and remember when they prayed, O Allah, if this is indeed the truth from you, then rain down stones upon us from the sky or overcome us with a painful punishment. But Allah would never punish them while you, O Prophet, were in their midst, nor would he ever punish them if they prayed for forgiveness. And why should Allah not punish them while they hinder pilgrims from the sacred mosque, claiming to be its rightful guardians? None has the right to guardianship except those mindful of Allah. But most pagans do not know. Their prayer at the sacred house was nothing but whistling and clapping. So taste the punishment for your disbelief. Surely the disbelievers spend their wealth to hinder others from the path of Allah. They will continue to spend to the point of regret. Then they will be defeated, and the disbelievers will be driven into hell. So Allah may separate the evil from the good. He will pile up the evil ones all together, and then cast them into hell. They are the true losers. Tell the disbelievers that if they desist, their past will be forgiven. But if they persist, then they have an example in those destroyed before them. Fight against them until there is no more persecution, and your devotion will be entirely to Allah. But if they desist, then surely Allah is all-seeing of what they do. And if they do not complete, then know that Allah is your protector. What an excellent protector, and what an excellent helper.